Hello guys and welcome back to a new part on my tutorial series. So in the last part we did this animation, like different rolling animations, but now we don't have a star here. And when we roll again, we see the star here. This is due to the different cutscenes that we have in the ARA data. So yeah, for today we are going to add the different we are pretty much just adding an exists label, like how many auras exists. So yeah, let's just get started. So what we need for this, the first thing, would be actually in the spin server again. And now we we work quite a lot in the spin server, but yeah, it's not that much though. So we of course need a data store. So let's create a new data store. I'm just going to copy this here and paste it in. And let's just call this, you can call this exists data store. Let's call it aura count store. Of course, name this whatever you want. But yeah, then I'm gonna just put like aura group count or just aura count store also there. So yeah, that's the data store done. So what we need now is we need to make like two functions. Those would be local function and then increments. So increments and then aura count. This will get the aura name. Then we can copy this function, paste it again, and this would be decrement. So just increment and decrement aura count. So these are basically the functions that like increase an aura's exist label and like decrease an aura's exist label. Because oh, a typo here. Also, we don't have to get the player in here. Some people might be wondering why don't we get the player? Because we pretty much use the player for everything. Like save auras is for the player, load auras is for the player. But this has to be global because an exists count is kind of like global. So it counts like every aura that exists globally, like into this function. So we don't need a player here. We just update the aura. So, and then we can call a p call because I think it's safer. Um, if you don't know what a p call is, it's basically a attempt to run the function. So if we put like it's equal to p call, and with p call we can call the function. A cool thing about this will attempt to run the function, and this is if this is successful, it actually runs it. If it's not successful, it's just going to end the function and it's not like harming anything. So that's very good. Um, so then we want to return then our data store, or a console, I mean. We want to get a sync. So we want to see what's in the data store. We want to see the R name, like the current count for the R. And then if success, so if it like worked, then we want to do current count is equal to current count or 0. So we want to update the count. So we get the current count here. But if this changed, like if in the meantime, like if we call a p call, and so we get the current count of the aura, which you put in. But if in this short amount of time where this runs, another player rolled the same aura, it updates it here to get the newest count. So, and then what we want to do, if we want to do current count, it's equal to current count, config current count, and then +1. And we just add a count. Then we can do another p call. Yeah, another p call. Good. And then error message. It's equal to p call. Then we want to call a function again. And then its function, you want to do our data store. Oh, console me. And then this time I want to set async. Because set async actually saves it and get async like gets all the values. So our name and current count. So this thing will basically look like something like this, like local Let me show you. So this would look like something like this. So we got the table here, and in here we have like the R name, like the aegis maybe, and this is like equal to 2. Um, yeah, this is like equal to 2, and then we have like all these different like stuff here. So because in here we get the R names, so we pretty much loop this table with the R name. So if the R name is the aegis, it will return 2 because we get the success, so if this worked, and the current count, which is basically this row here. And in here, we set async the R name with the current count. So we update like the count here with the current count for the R. So that's pretty much it. So then we set it async. If not success, like if this did not work, then we want to warn like failed um, failed to save our account, and then we'll put the error message here. Yeah, just basically this, and then we can go out of here, and then pretty much warn the. This is just for debugging. I don't have to do this, but I'm just going to warn them so I can like, yeah. Then we want to return current count. And then if this general success did not work, then we want to do else. Then we can just do this thing again. And then we can put the 4 here. And then we can put the current count here. Yeah, just like this. And then we want to return nil. This is very important that we return nil, because then actually nothing breaks. So let's just get to the decrement. This is basically the whole like function basically, so we can pretty much just copy this here and paste it. The thing why we don't want to do a minus, just change this to minus, because we can't actually do this, because if we decrement an R, like delete it, it can go in the minus, and we don't want this to happen. So after this line here, we want to check if current count is above 0, and then we want to like do this. And if it's not, we just want to set the current count to 0 again. So that's pretty much the whole thing, because we don't want it to like go into the negatives. So it is just prevents this from happening. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the spin stuff, I guess. Then the next thing we have to do is actually utilize these functions on the client. So let's just go into the main client, which is basically the client of our storage. So let's go in here and let's basically, so we want to, oh, actually, we need to make a remote function first. So just go to replicate storage, go to remotes, then add a remote function. This is very important, just a remote function. And I'm gonna just call this maybe I'm gonna call this like get our account, something like this. I'm gonna copy and paste this. Copy paste. Then after here we can put local get our account, replicate storage, call wait for child remotes, and then call wait for child, and then get our account. So see if we really got. Okay, so this works. The next thing we want to do is we want to scroll down till we have the on aura collect thing, because we actually wanted to display them. Never mind, we first also want to do the UI for it, so I'm just going to do this. So in the storage UI, we're just going to enable this and then make the frame visible as well. So we see this here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them both like next to them. So we have the RNG here. I'm just going to make this like half. I'm just going to duplicate it and put this like here again, like this. So and then I'm gonna just call this this thing here, just called like exists. And yeah, I'm gonna just put this text to nothing. And I'll put this to not visible. So that's the thing we want to do. Then we can make the screen invisible again. Also disable this here. So then we can go into the main client. And all we want to do is in the things here. So in the on aura click, also a very big change you have to make is actually, let's just do this beforehand, because this is just a very big issue. So local no stack, because when you actually do multiple things inside the storage, like click on click on 5 auras and then press on delete, it's going to delete those 5 auras, and we don't want this. We don't want this. So what can we do against it? We just basically have a no stack that is equal to nil, and when we click on an aura, it's going to set the no stack equal to nil. Okay, so and if we put the if we use the equip button, it's going to check right here if no stack is equal to nil, then no stack is equal to aura info dot name. And then in here we can put like the basic stuff like right here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So what this does is when we click on an aura, it's going to set the no stack to nil. But if we press on the equip button, it's going to check if no stack is nil, and if it's nil, then it's going to set it to the aura name. And then we have to click on another aura to perform another thing. That's pretty self-explanatory. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this. And then in here we want to do info frame. We want to get the things. So info frame, then dot exists dot text. Actually, no, we don't want to do this. So what we want to do first is, because we actually have to get these things. So I'm gonna do local aura count is equal to get aura count colon invoke server, and we're going to pass through the aura info dot name. So this is going to return us the aura count if there is an aura count. And then if aura count, then, and then we want to do the actual stuff. So we can accept this here, because we can just change it then. So we might want to change this a bit. So info frame dot and then exists dot text is equal to, I'm gonna just put like a emoji thing, like this, like a star. And then I'm gonna put like, oh yeah, and then we might as well also use a module script. I'm gonna leave this module script in my Discord too. So yeah, you might want to get this. I'm just inserting it here. So you can find this in my Discord server. Paste into. I'm just going to save it to file quickly. So yeah. So format numbers. Okay. So in this libs folder here, oh, I actually have it inserted already. I'm gonna just delete this all. But yeah, you can find this in my Discord server. Just insert it in replicate storage, and then what we want to do here is we actually want to get the thing. So local format numbers is equal to, and then require, and then game. We can just put replicate storage. Column wait for libs, and then column wait for format numbers. That's it. And then what you want to do here is we want to do format numbers dot format compact. And there is two things we can pass through. So the first thing is the number that's getting formatted, so the R account. And then the second number, we can put a number. It's going how many, like when you have a number like this, like 11.5673. If you put this to 2, it's just going to show 11.56. If you put this to 3, it's going to show 11.563. 567. So this is basically how many numbers there are after like a comma. I just put this to 2. Find this the best thing. Then I'm gonna put like exist here. So, and then after this is found, we want to put the info frame dot exists dot visible is equal to true. Because if we only set it to visible after it's retrieved the count, then this is way easier, because if we just spam click on auras, it's going to show a different count. So this is how we can like, yeah. And then we want to do an else, and then we can copy this, and then just put a error retrieving our account in here. So yeah, that's basically it. And then let me see. So then we want to go down in the remove button. And here we want to do info frame dot exists dot visible is equal to false. So it's the only thing we have to do. And then we want to do this again, I think. No, we fine. Oh, let me see. Yeah, we do want to do this another time. So we want to scroll down till we get to the refresh auras. It should be something. No, we fine. Okay, it's good. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Then we have to code on the server. So let's just go into the server script. In here we have to connect the client with the server. So the first thing we want to do is in the main client we can pretty much copy the line for the get our account, and then in here we can put the event. Oh, I'm gonna just do this like this, and then I'm gonna do like rs the remotes, and then the get our account on server invoke is equal to function. So if we call and connect the function, it's not going to work. With the remote function, you have to do is equal to a function. Yeah, and then we get the player and the R name, because the replicate like remote functions also pass through the player. So, and then I'm just warn the R name just for debugging. So I'm just going to warn the R name, and then I'm gonna warn the get R account. Oh wait, to do this function first. I forgot. Let me get this here. So let's just scroll up. Let's put another function. So local function, and then get our account, and then with the R name. And then what we want to do is local success, comma our account is equal to pcall, and then function, and then return. We actually want to copy over the our account store onto the server. So I'm just going to paste this like here. We want to get the data store server, so Game called get service, data store service. Should be, yeah. Okay, then we have the data store service. And then what we can do here is in the get R, we want to return the R account store. We want to return the R account store. Called get a sync with the R name, or 0. And then we can back out here. And if success, then return our account. And else, we just want to return 0. So that's pretty much it. Then we can scroll down again. And we want to warn the get R account for the R name. Pretty much. And then the last thing we want to do is we want to return the get R account with the R name. That's pretty much it. Now we actually only have to make it so they update. So when do we want them to update? We want them to update when we equip an aura, and we want them to delete one of the exist count when we delete an aura. So in the spin server, where we just like handle basically everything from the equipping to deletion, yeah, we can just basically do that there. So let's scroll down till we see the equip function. It should be around line like further down a bit, somewhere around like here. Yeah, here's the equip button. So in the equip button, I'm gonna just paste this like after the attributes. We want to increment our account with the R name. And then when we go down and we get the delete aura data in here, we actually want to do like the decrement our account also for the R name. So that's pretty much it. Let's just hop in and see if this works. So let's see if we have any errors right now. No, looks good. So when we're going onto our storage, you can see that 0 exists. It takes like a second to update. Let me do one thing. Let me go to the main client to make it like even more smoother. Let me copy this, paste this here, and change this to false. This should be even cleaner now. So you can see it pretty much updates the values. And now when we roll for an aura, just enable quick, roll for an aura. When we equip it, we get a problem. But it's just animate, so it should work. Now you see common 1 it printed. We press on common. You see 1 exists. Age is still 0, common is 1. Now when we leave the game, takes a second, and join the game again, and go to storage, click on common, you see that still 1 exists. And this is globally. So every player will have the same thing. Every player, you see where it kind of like takes a second to do it when the 0 exists, but yeah, now it's working. And 1 exists. If we roll another one, let me just roll some. Keep in mind, admin, like giving admin things, like admin auras, this does not count to like the indexing. So just auras that you roll. Like auras that you roll and then equip, which are going to the storage. Those are added to the count. So ages 2 exist, common 2 exist. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing. And yeah, this worked. I think this was it for this tutorial. So you will find the format numbers in my Discord. And yeah, that's pretty much it for part 10. Thank you all for the great support. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps me out. We have like 80, like 90% not subscribed. So if you all just want to press that subscribe button, it helps me out a ton, and we can easily reach the 10k subs. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, and I'm gonna see you to the next video.